What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Russell Hantz Show. I'm your host, Russell Hantz. This is Keaton, the co-host, and then we had a
Guys,
pretty.
welcome to
Oh
the Russell
shoot!
Hantz
There we
Show.
go. Lower that. We had a pretty okay episode. I would put it like that. And I mean, I think that it. I think the season is pretty good. Keaton, do you like the season so far?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. The best player of the season, in my opinion, went home tonight.
Right.
So that was a bummer to see Omar going out tonight. I was really rooting for him. I think as far as like well-rounded players go, I think he was the most well-rounded player of the season. But overall, still, it's been a great season. A great change of pace, from last season, and overall, end result at this point, as long as Romeo doesn't win, I think as
Yeah.
viewers will be pretty satisfied.
Look, I think that the Omar thing, I think he was in, when we look at things nowadays in a prism and we watch Survivor, we look at one player and we're like, oh, that's a great player. Then all of a sudden things happen, and then it's like, what? Like, how did that happen? Was he
Yeah.
a great player, or did we just see editing take its best form? Because when you seen me as a strategic player, I never stopped. I
Hmm.
was a great strategic player. Tony, a great strategic player. We never stopped strategically. This episode, what happened? Lindsay has an idol that she can save her people. The last time she can play it. Is it
Yeah.
because Lindsay is such a bad player? Or is it because Omar is such a bad player? Like, what just happened?
So I texted you before we went live, and I said, "Man, Lindsay went from because here's the my take on Lindsay is that pre-merge she wasn't really relevant, didn't have a lot of camera time,
Right.
didn't know a lot about her. Come the
Yes.
merge, we really saw her start to slowly develop and show her strategic gameplay. To credit what you messaged me after last week, you said, "Hey, I'm thinking about it now. This elimination tonight about getting Mike's idol so Drea can't take it. That was Lindsay's idea."
Right.
So and last week I misspoke, and I was like, "Man, Omar, he's did another one. He's killing it," which he
Right.
did play a big role in that. But
Yes.
Lindsay showed that she had game savvy. She could play the game. Obviously, she's good in challenges, and she's a good social player as well. But I texted you before we went live, and I said Lindsay went from playing, having a good showing post merge to, in my opinion, she made a bigger mistake tonight than Drea did misplaying all her stuff. And
Wow.
here's why. Here's why. Because Lindsay was said, "I'm not playing my idol tonight." She could have guaranteed protection for her and her number one ally into the final five. She didn't do it, and here was her logic, Russell. She said, "Normally, when an idol is played, an idol gets put back into the game." It was her lack of, I don't know if she was how big of a fan she was going
Yeah.
into it, but it was her lack of knowledge of the game to step back and realize and say, "Wait a minute, what I have is not a traditional hidden immunity idol." If she played that, it would not have gone back into the game because it was not a legitimate
Right.
original hidden immunity idol. It evolved over the course of High and Drea being voted out into an idol. We know as viewers, obviously she doesn't know Marianne has the real idol, but she still should have been aware enough to say, "Hey, this might not work like a
Even,
legitimate hidden idol."
okay, even if she thought that it's going to get put back into the game,
Hmm.
like at that moment in time, that is the last time she can play what she has in her hand. No
Yeah,
matter what.
yeah.
You're right. It would not have gotten put back into the game.
No, it would
So
not have because it was not an idol.
so first thing she does is works her butt off in the challenges, right?
Hmm.
And then she wins when she's she has safety. So I'm thinking, oh, she's either working that hard to she can't be working that hard to save herself because she's safe. So she
Hmm.
has to be working that hard to save Omar, but that's not the case. So why was she working so hard when she wasn't going to play the idol one way or the other? Was it to make put another target on her back? Everybody knows she's good at challenges. Like, why would she do that in the first place? This
Yeah,
was, I don't know. I'm not, because of what Drea had, so many advantages. I have to put Drea as one of the dumbest players to ever play the game.
hmm,
Her exit was uplifting, put a smile on my face. It was fun to watch. If you watch you can go to my channel, the Russell Hand Show, and you see the full editing version of her getting voted out. And the whole time she showed more personality getting voted out than she did the entire game of playing the
yeah,
game. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Lindsay. I don't think that that is the worst play of this season. I do still think it's Drea, but that was pretty dumb.
yeah.
That was I can it's arguably one of the dumbest moves in the game. I understand what you're saying. For sure, arguably one of the dumbest. Why didn't she play it? What could she have possibly been thinking that could be like, okay, well, I'm not going to save my alliance. Omar, all of a sudden, I'm not going to save this person. I'm safe. I don't care about him just because it's going to get played back into the game when she could find it herself or Omar could find it. So
Yeah, yeah,
is that all she was thinking? That it's going to
I
get played back into the game?
I think it was. I think her biggest concern was the idol would get put back into the game, which, we don't see everything that's shown on TV, but had she played the idol correctly tonight, she would have more than likely, had she played it correctly, could have gotten Jonathan out. The person that she's been going after the whole time since the merge, right, is wanting Jonathan out. Not only did she fail to keep in her number one ally, now she's going into the final five with an idol that counts for nothing. Not a single ally left in the game. She was just blindsided tonight in the only odd person out of the vote, but Jonathan is still in the game. Knowing that Lindsay just for the first time took her shot. And the thing is that in Survivor, it's a dangerous game, man. A lot of times, when you shoot your shot and you miss and you don't get the person out that you're trying to get out, especially later in the season, it's more, it's more kind of like a death note in a will. You know what I mean? Like if you take a shot earlier in the game and it does, and you don't get your person out, you still have a lot of season left, if you will, to kind of bounce back and recover your game. There's not a lot of, you know, she didn't have a lot of leash, to play with and really mess up. And now
Right.
she's in the game with nothing, no advantage, no Omar, nothing. And I think for her, the biggest concern was that if she plays it, it'll get put back in the game. And to
That's
me,
not the case. And I don't think that Nick says the idol would have been brought back in the game regardless. I don't think that I think you're right. I think that it would not have been brought because
no.
it's not an idol.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
the
something to
idol,
find.
right. The idol would not have been put back into the game because the idol that is in that game and that is in play as the merge idol is in Marianne's pocket. If Marianne played her idol, it would have went back into the game. That's correct. But this would not have went back in the game. Another thing is
Well, we have
why
two idols. Wait, no. There's
Mike.
the one in Mike's pocket. Those are the
Yeah.
two legit idols.
Yeah, but Mike has had his since the original start of the game,
But
and he
that's
never
a
played.
real idol
Right,
that
right.
Mike has. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And the one that Marianne found was the merge idol. Now, with Lindsay, another thing too, where I just don't understand her thinking, and maybe, being on Survivor for 22 days, you're not thinking the way that we're sitting here thinking right now, right? But for her, she should have recognized, hey, this was not a legitimate idol. This was an amulet that evolved into an idol. But also, she
Is
knew
she a
that,
super fan, you think? Because
I
you
don't
can
know. I
ask,
mean,
by the way, you're, I know for a fact because you can talk to producers, you can ask them rules. They have to tell you the rules.
hmm
So if she was like a super fan, like this idol, is this idol considered a, I don't know how you would present that. What I do know is they have to tell you. When you
yeah.
ask production a rule, they have to tell you.
But the thing is, another giveaway for Lindsay that it would work differently than the actual idol should have been for her realizing I can play this only at the final six, right? How come Mike can play his idol at the final five?
Right.
Because it's a real idol, because it's an
Right.
idol
Yeah, that's
that was
fake.
found. Yeah, that was found as a
It's
hidden
almost
immunity
like it's
idol.
like Botox. Only lasts so
Almost
long.
like, right, exactly. So for her, I think it was just an oversight on her part. I'm by no means calling Lindsay a bad player. I just think it was a bad move. Good players can make bad moves. And I was drawing comparisons myself personally, looking at Lindsay's game, and she reminded me a lot of Sarah, especially Sarah 1.0 the first time she played. But she reminded me a lot of Sarah, man. She had a good
Yeah.
social game. She had more personality than Sarah. I'll give her that. But she reminded me a lot of Sarah. And Sarah ended up being one of the most dominant female players ever. So I definitely think that Lindsay had the blueprint of being a very good player. I just think that tonight was definitely a bad play on her part.
Okay. All right. Bad play. Let's say it's a bad play. I'll tell you another bad play. With someone that's trying to stand up as one of the biggest villains in TV history, I see what Omar's doing. I see what his plan was. If that's what you're trying to do, Omar, when you look at the camera and you say the things you say to make yourself elevated to a great villain, why do you give Mike back the idol? Why do you do that? Because as soon as he did that, future players of Survivor, as soon as he did that, Mike says, Omar's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So never give back a gift. Never.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that showed him. When I went back to my original opening, when I said we were looking at Omar like he was a master player, like he was a great strategic player. Maybe that's
Mm-hmm.
just because they have none. Maybe that's just because we have to see what editing only can offer. Maybe that's why production puts idols in the V of trees when on the trails that they walk by. Maybe that's twice that happened this season. Maybe that's the case. So when Omar gives Mike back his idol, I'm like, what just happened? He could have said easy because it was over after that. That was his
Mm-hmm.
death. He could have said, sorry, no, sir, this is mine now. And that
Yeah.
would have been it. That would have been it.
Yeah. And I definitely think that for Omar, I feel like overconfidence got him in the end, which we kind of seen with a few different players this season that had that strategic mindset out there. And Omar was somebody who, in the week since I've been on the show, we've been giving him like major props because I think he was the best strategic player. Rather if it's
But
because the other
okay,
people,
he was, but that was a bad strategic move because he could have
yes,
used it right there. Doesn't matter what would have happened. He'd be like, nope, I'm keeping it. The only person that would have been really pissed at him was Mike. Then he could have tried to get rid of Mike. And then if
yeah,
Mike would have, you know, I
yeah,
think he,
and for
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say for Omar, man, I think it was a bad move because the thing is that had he hit Omar's thought process was all right, I gave him back his idol, everything's fine. Now I'm gonna pit Mike and Jonathan against each other. That in itself was another flaw in my opinion because you've seen that Jonathan and Mike since the merge have been like that, right? Why would he think that he can force a wedge and here's the thing that you've heard me speak a lot about how I don't like the 26 days, but here's another reason why I don't like it is that the game moves so fast. Say he wanted to drive a wedge between Mike and Jonathan in old Survivor when 72 hours in between a tribal council, maybe you could get some steam on that plan. When you're talking about going to tribal council the next night, that more than likely is not going to happen, right? You're more than likely not going to break someone up who has that strong of a bond in a matter of a day. You usually need some time in there to really try and like drive that wedge between them. Now, if Omar had kept that idol, here's the thing: no matter who won immunity, Omar and Lindsay both would have had an idol they could have played tonight, guaranteeing that even if they didn't win immunity, them as a pair could have advanced to the final five together.
with
So,
with an idol back in play. Thank you, Lindsay.
with an idol back in play,
Where that you can actually look for.
right?
Uh, I think that Mike is a straight snake in this game. What's so funny about the way people play Survivor, we've seen it with people like Coach. Now we're seeing it with people like Mike that says, my word is my bond. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my word, that's what it is. That's it. And then we see Mike, all he's doing now is stabbing his alliance in the back to get to the end.
Yeah,
It's going to be, if Mike makes it to the end of this game, it would be so interesting to hear his conversation. Like,
yeah.
I I told you I would do this for you. So, because of that, Mike's social game that looked so good on
It does
paper,
look good. It
on
does.
paper, looks like crap at Ponderosa.
Yeah. It's really I love that you brought this up, man, because I was watching the episode and I was thinking to myself, Mike, to me, I feel like Mike knows the game. I feel like Mike knew the game before he went there to play it. And I feel like Mike knew that his strength was going to be his social game, right? And we've seen it all throughout the season. This guy has built bonds in the most unlikely of situations. He is connected with, I think, damn near everyone he has gotten the chance to play the game with. And to me, I think it's allowed him to do these and to me, like it's crazy because Mike plays the kind of social game that me personally, I would want to play out there because everyone likes Mike. Mike is never really the target, and Mike has these bonds to where he can look you in the eye and you're convinced that this guy really means that he has your
Yeah,
back
right.
until you're walking down the path and you're like, what the hell just happened? Oh, the old guy got me out, right? So Mike, to me, like I feel like he is strategic, but I feel like his strategic game runs directly through his social game, and
Yeah,
the fact that he knows, X, Y, and Z aren't looking at me
right.
because I've buddied them up. We're pals, right? But that means that I can take advantage of that, friendship that I've built, and I can vote them off if I need to. And I think Mike, if he gets to the end, as you were saying, I think depending on how the I think the jury would award him the game, even though that he lied and backstabbed almost all of them so far. I think they could look at it, especially in today's day in Survivor, and say, "We'll give you the vote." But if Mike doesn't own it, if Mike doesn't step up and say, "Yeah, I gave you my word, and then I voted you off, but I played the game."
Right, right.
If he do,
He
if
would
he gets
never
to
do
the
that.
end,
He would never do that. Mike
yeah,
would never do that.
and that's why if Mike gets to the end, and I agree with you, if Mike gets to the end, I don't think he can do that because I don't think he realizes out there in the moment that he played a deceitful and a manipulative game. I
No,
think in
Mike,
his mind,
he thinks his word is his bond in his head.
right, Right.
He really thinks that, which is
Right.
delusional.
Yes. And if he's not going to be able to realize that out there on the island. Now watching it back home on TV play out, maybe he's realizing it. Maybe, who knows? He might be like, "Damn editing making me look bad." But the thing is, if you play a game like that for Mike or any future player, if you play that kind of game, when you get to the end, you have to own it.
Own it.
If people are,
Gotta
you
own it.
have to own it because that's what they are looking for in
It didn't work
today's
for me.
Survivor.
Didn't work for me. I owned it.
Yeah, but
Season 19, I
that
owned
was a
it.
different time. That was
I said,
old school
I'm the
Survivor.
reason you're sitting there. I'm the reason you're sitting there. Because
Yeah,
I
but
did like cheat and steal. I did do that.
yeah, but here's my 10-second take
Different
on that.
Survivor.
The first time you played, different era. The second time you played, there were a lot of egos on that jury that couldn't handle
Yeah.
it.
No, I get that.
So, but
Yeah. But man, so it's really interesting when I see players like that. That it's a very, like, we have Dr. Phil in the chat. Maybe he could tell us. It's very interesting how a player could be so delusional. I played the game. I understand how it works. I understand the different levels as you get further in the game. And when you still sit there and stab people in the back, and then you still think that, hey, my word is my bond. That's what I do. I should get it. I should win this game. It's going to be very fun to watch if Mike makes it to the end. Now let's talk about Marianne. We have Marianne finally trying to win the game. Now I respect this. Now I don't respect what I get what he's trying to do. I get he doesn't really comprehend what's happening. The moment is in his head. Marianne knows I need to do something now to win this game. And this is what I'm going to do. I have to make a move. I know that I need to make big moves in this game. She tells it to the viewers, which is us, and then she actually makes it happen. So that, I don't know if that's a winner's edit. I don't know what's going on, but I can respect those types of moves in the game.
yeah.
What do you think about that Marianne move?
Yeah, man, I liked it a lot. She's not, I'll be honest, she's not someone that I've really rooted for the whole season.
Nobody has, really.
Yeah, yeah. As she's too much for me. I can get how some people might like her, and as a Survivor character, I think she's great. Top tier Survivor character. Survivor player, I only really have tonight to go off of on that aspect of her game, right? So,
Right. But
but
the thing
looking
that I
at it,
like about her, the thing I like is this, okay, Survivor player, we get it. She hasn't really made too many great, amazing moves, but she hasn't been stupid. You know, she
no.
hasn't been like Romeo. If Romeo wins this game,
Who?
yeah, Romeo.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even
If
who
he
you
would win
talking
this
about.
game, then I'm cutting the. That's not happening because
No.
I can tell you right now, I don't know spoilers, but I can tell you right now with that edit, this late in the season, Romeo's not winning
No.
because I look at things through a Survivor lens as well. I don't give spoilers. I hate it. I block people that do, but he's not winning. Not with that edit. Not what just happened. Now, with just happened with Marianne, because Marianne's not a threat. You know, she's not a threat. So all of a sudden, she made a great move, and she has an idol, which she's probably going to play. And then, who knows? Somebody's got to play what is that other thing they have? They can only, no, this was the last time they can play the
Shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark. Was this the last?
Yeah.
Last time?
Right. Yep. It's done. hopefully forever. So, but yeah, no, Marianne, man, I agree. And here is my key takeaway for Marianne's move tonight is that in the game of Survivor, it's never too late to make a big
Never.
move.
Yep.
Because here's the thing, Marianne went tonight. If you look at the final five, who she's sitting there with, honestly, if she gets to the end with any combination of them, minus Lindsay. Lindsay's the one person just because she has played good, minus the air tonight. But if she could recover and get to the end, Lindsay, I think, is the only one that could really give Marianne a run for her money at Final Tribal. I don't think we've talked about Mike. I think Mike is going to fall flat. Romeo is not winning the game, and for whatever reason, the people there just don't like Jonathan at all. Jonathan has gotten the hero edit, and I think Jeff has probably been the one beating that drum a little bit more than most people.
Yeah, but
But
still, man, as I watch now, even though
mhm,
Jonathan is still popular, he has no shot in winning. No way
yeah,
Jonathan can win this game. He's
no,
a he's a muscle bound guy that comes second.
hmm
He's a muscle bound guy that comes second place in the challenges to a girl. So
yeah,
so it's not like that Jonathan, and I don't think that they can actually see that, you know, as we can see it, because
yeah,
it's really hard to see those type of things. But Marianne, like you said earlier, uh, I think that the way Marianne just played the game nowadays is the best way to play the game. The best strategic player that played this game this season was Omar. He played and played and played until he played himself out.
yeah,
Marianne just started with
hmm
6 people left. So now we have a game that she can be like, I did this. This
hmm
was my play.
So let me ask you something, man. Do you think the game now, because and this is an advantage, and this is the only time you'll hear me talk fondly of the 26-day concept, is that it forces these players to play so fast to where you see the strategic players of the game, and you saw them, in my opinion, kind of come in waves, right? We had High at the beginning of the season, right? Played himself out of the game. We had Omar come in around the merge and just started
Yes.
running it, played himself out of the game. Now we have Marianne at the very end. Maybe Survivor, because of the 26 days, because everything is so sped up, maybe Survivor no longer is about who plays the most strategic game, but who plays a strategic game last, right?
Wow.
It's like if you play a strategic game the whole time, but you get
Yeah.
clipped right before the end and you ran it. In my opinion, Marianne, Lindsay, whoever can win the game, Omar will still be the best player from Survivor 42. Period, in my opinion.
Right.
But if Omar wasn't there at the end, but Marianne played the best strategic game at the tail end of the game that resulted in Omar going home, Marianne didn't have to play a strategic game all the way through because she was the last one who played a strategic game. And to me, I'm kind of thinking maybe that is where Survivor has shifted, where, it's,
It
you know,
sucks, but you're right.
yeah, to where it's, the better strategic players of the season are going to get knocked out because of how quick the turnaround is from tribal, where it's just boom, boom, boom. There's not time to really lay out plans and for plans to fall through and for the social game to really be built upon. And it's just so quick now that all you got to do, you don't got to be the best player. You just got to be the best of what's left at the end.
Yeah, that sucks. It sucks because
That's
I'm the type of player that likes to play from the get go.
yeah.
I don't know if I
And
could do that. I don't know if I could be that player. Tony could
yeah,
not be that player. Rob
no.
sure couldn't be that player. Like
And
it
that's
the players, the OGs in the day could not do this type of game and wait until the very last second and then actually make a move.
no. And that's why the Survivor, I said it last week, the Survivor that we knew, season 40 and prior to that, I don't think is a thing anymore. I think this is Survivor
We have to
now.
stop and talk about this right now. This must be a joke. This guy's comment. Got to be a joke. Got to be a joke. Romeo is playing this game 3 steps ahead of everybody else because But you know what? The reason I put it up there is because sometimes when you don't do anything and you just keep your mouth shut, it's also best. So, in other words, if you don't play the game, the 3 people at the end to make the final 3 these days are the top 3 people that don't do anything. Isn't that sad for the game, though?
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, the only way Romeo is 3 steps ahead is if those 3 steps are he's mentally already flown back home and checked out of the game completely, right? That's the only steps ahead he is from the people playing the game. But to your point, yeah, I mean, like you look at the final 5, and I mean, Romeo's sitting there, and arguably one of the most invisible players that we have ever seen make it this far into any Survivor season, right? So for players like that to get as far as he has in the game, now with the exception of the other ones there, the other 4 I think have done okay, but the better strategic players of the game have been knocked out up to this point. And Marianne is now flashed a little bit with 4 days left in the game, mind you. She decides to start playing. I just said it, but I really don't think we can drive home this enough. Anyone who watches this, if you play the game of Survivor moving forward, don't do anything until day 22.
I
Then,
mean, Marianne just got rid of the biggest strategic threat in the game, just like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that.
she did. And
So, is that because everybody knows it? Everybody sitting in Ponderosa, they know it.
mhm.
So, when they see that happen, and then they even ask her, "Was that you?" I think what was Mike asked her or somebody asked her.
Omar patted
Omar
on the
asked her, and
shoulder.
she said yes.
hmm
So he
Yeah,
even
and
knew.
she's saying, yeah, so he even knew. And he knows where the credit goes, and the jury does too. And the thing is that Marianne has her idol that nobody else knows about. She's kept it a secret. Marianne's going to the final 4. So, with that said, Marianne just needs one immunity win or, getting taken to the final 3 to really be sitting there as, at this time, the most strategic player in the game. And
That's
so,
correct.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to me, that is crazy. When you looked at a season that had, someone like High who played very strong, very early. You had Drea with all her advantages. You had Lindsay, who's looked really good post merge. Omar playing the best game. And then to sit there and say, wow, with 3 days into the game, we're going into the finale next week. Marianne is looking like a front runner to win this thing. I didn't think I would say that 2 weeks ago, but
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, I mean, I think it's just the world of Survivor that we live in
It,
now.
it's crazy, man, because I mean, you can edit it all you want. Uh, Omar's gone because of Marianne. Like,
hmm
I don't think that they could have fixed that one way or the other because of what Omar said at the end. Like, he seen it coming. He knew it when he got voted off, probably because of what he was watching during the day happen. That he knew it was her. Because he was like, something's happening. I see that Marianne's doing this or doing that. If you're
hmm
that concerned, which I think he was, we go back to the Lindsay debacle, which it was a bad strategic play by everybody except for Marianne today.
Yeah,
Everybody made bad moves.
everybody did. And the thing is that Marianne was lucky that Mike and Jonathan got out of their own way and let Marianne make this move for them, right? Because
Yeah.
Mike and Jonathan were just like, even when she pitched in the plan, I was cracking up laughing because she pitched in the plan. They're like, okay, cool. And then Mike is like, but what about this? What if we all just pile
Right.
on Romeo, right? And it's like, no, dude, are you not listening? Like, you're not playing the game. And he made a comment. He was like, Sir, Marianne's wanting to play, Survivor 18.0 instead of Survivor 2.0. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, you're wanting to play Survivor like 1.0, like literally Survivor season one. Like, you're not, this is not playing the game. Like, listen to her. She's wanting to split the votes, play, like it was really, Marianne had a great move tonight, and it was really foolproof in the
Yeah.
sense that if Omar did play the idol, Romeo would have went home. So what? Nobody cares, right? But they almost blew it. They almost did not allow that to happen just because they wouldn't listen. And I'm really proud of Marianne, holding her ground and just being like, look, like we got to do this. Like you're about to mess my game up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I think Marianne killed it tonight. Um, and there was like a lot of sloppy gameplay. And one thing I think that you were kind of leading into there was kind of how Omar, I'm certain he was aware of Lindsay having that idol, knowing how close they were. Like, Omar should have pushed harder and said, hey, you just want immunity. Give me your idol. Like, if we're so tight, like,
Did he know about it
Garen,
though, you think?
I I can't remember. Hopefully somebody in the comments does or something, but like I can't remember. I think he knew about her amulet at one point in time, so he would have had to know that it would eventually turn into an idol. So I think the answer, without any 100% guarantee here, is yes, especially knowing how close they were in the game. But I don't know that for a fact. But if he did, that was a big misstep on his part too, not asking, or maybe he did and we just didn't see it,
She
but
told him.
she
Yeah.
told him, right? So Omar, like, he really should have pushed a lot harder, especially considering
That's
the
what
night
I.
before.
That's what my whole point was like. Why? Because this is part of Omar's strategic plan too. Like,
Hmm.
if he knew, and he probably knew this was the last time to play it, he probably, hey, just play me. And then she says, well, it gets played back into the game. This conversation probably happened. So if Omar was like, oh, you're right, it gets played back into the game, then I'm like, you
Well, if
got,
that's the case, then they are both dumb.
well,
I
no,
mean,
because if she told him they had the conversation, because the thing that you guys don't realize, there's tons of conversations that they don't edit. So you cannot tell me that Lindsay and Omar didn't have the conversation for that idol to be played.
yeah. Well, then between the two of them, for them to not figure out that advantage, because that's what it was, did not work the same as a traditional idol, just simply knowing the fact of when it could be played last versus Mike's. They knew that information because of Omar. They knew that Mike's idol could be played at the final five, but Lindsay's could only be played at the final six. It was an amulet that turned into a steal a vote. That was an extra vote or something, whatever, to a steal a vote to now it's an idol, but it's not as good as the actual hidden immunity idols. Why would they ever think that would go back into the game? To me, it's just them being, Lindsay being too cautious, too paranoid, not playing the game. Like I said last week, man, you got to do whatever guarantees in this game of Survivor gets you to the next day. And if you're guaranteed safety and your ally right there is not in the final six, when the shot of the dark still could have been played, all kinds of things could have gone wrong tonight. Give your number one the idol. You know what I mean? Like, guarantee they are going to the next round of the game with you. So the
I
fact
don't
that they did
understand how.
not do that,
Yeah, I don't understand how Omar was her number one to get to begin with, and then all of a sudden we have Marianne as who is the. This is the crazy thing. Lindsay will still target Jonathan, even though there's other targets in this game. Like, people think Jonathan, because he's a beast in challenges, even though he just won one and he came second to Lindsay or whoever most of the time, Tori,
Yeah.
that he's a beast. He won one challenge. Lindsay was still targeting him because she's blind to what's really happening. She's blind
Yeah.
to the fact that Jonathan is not a threat. She's after Jonathan because he's a physical threat and he gives her a threat. And it's physically for her in a game called Survivor. So she's pushing and trying to beat Jonathan. I'm trying to beat him. I guarantee you, next episode, she's also after someone that she can beat already.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about Jonathan, and I completely agree. He's not, you talked about it in an episode you did on your channel way back. You were walking up and down your driveway, I think, talking about is Jonathan going to be a great player? Now, I just want you to answer that a yes or no. Is Jonathan, did he, looking back then, the episode I'm talking about you did.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the end of the season, can you answer your own question, yes or no? Is Jonathan a great Survivor player that everybody thought he potentially could have been?
He's not even a great physical player. Like,
There you go.
Jonathan would never win against. Jonathan couldn't beat Romeo at this point. It would be a toss-up to beat Romeo. Like, but I don't think that Lindsay can see what we see. I don't think any of them can.
No, she can't. And let me ask you something, man. Do you think, because she can't see what we can see, but what we can see and what we've seen early in the season was Jeff praising the hell out of Jonathan. How much of that target do you think was also put into the heads of these players just by simply as something as Jeff calling out and praising Jonathan time after time after time again? Because the thing is that post-merge, to your point, Jonathan has not done much on the physical aspect of the game. And socially and strategically, the guy just does not have it. I like Jonathan as a Survivor character. I wanted there to be something more there for a Survivor player. I like Jonathan. I'm a fan. But he is in no way, in my mind, a contender to win this game.
He's not even and so Jonathan is not even a good player in this game.
No. He's done his job.
Jonathan's good to get to the merge. I would pick Jonathan on my team if I need a team to get to the merge.
Yeah.
He may be out of 3 other choices, he would be in the top 3. Like, there's 2 people actually in my head, and he would maybe number 1 when it comes to getting to the merge. When it comes to actually playing the game, I got his back. Just like I would have James back. You know why? James ain't winning.
No, I wanted to say just a fun thing here real quick. I bet I could guess the people in your mind that you would pick, that you would draft. All right, so I'm gonna hit you with the 3 names.
I got 3 names. Let me put it in my head. I'll write it down.
Yeah, you write it down, and I'm gonna say, okay, no, 5 guys, and you're one of them. Okay, so you're 4 because you're one of the 5.
I'm putting Russell first.
And you write down your other 4. Because I feel like I'll at least get a couple.
Let's see. So I got 3 people. And so with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With me, 5. I got 4 people.
Okay, and they're guys, right? Okay. We didn't do ladies, just guys.
All guys, yeah.
Okay.
Not that ladies can't compete. This is for guys.
Right.
Okay,
So the first one,
Okay,
I'm
hold on.
gonna.
Here's my pen. I'm gonna put my hands here. Okay,
All right. So the first one,
first
I'm
one.
gonna say I gotta go. I'm gonna say Boo.
Okay, first is Boo. Okay, well, who else you got? So Boo is my. Okay, one, two, three, four, three more.
Ozzy.
Ozzy, two more.
And I'm gonna say James.
James, one more.
And I'm gonna Jonathan.
Jonathan, James, Ozzy, and Boo.
Yeah, we've talked.
What? What?
I feel like we've had a few
Hey,
conversations over the last few years, haven't we?
this one right here, Joe. Joe would have been my. He would have been my next one. Joe would
Yeah,
have been my next
yeah,
one.
yeah.
But yeah,
Joe's a good backup plan. He's a good
yeah.
alternate. But yeah, that's funny. But yeah, man, I don't think Jonathan has really done what we see obviously, but in the game, I don't think he's done enough to warrant the massive target that they've put on him. And I think a lot of it is just, that he's a polarizing guy. I mean, look at the guy, right? You would look at him and be like, man, in a game like Survivor, here's the thing. In 2002, Jonathan, 99% chance of winning the game, right? But we're in 2022, okay? He's not the type of player to win this game now.
But
And I,
do you put Jonathan? Okay, let's look at some past Survivor players. You don't put Jonathan in the same breath as like Joe or Malcolm, do you?
No, I personally don't. So I tend to stay away from Survivor chat rooms and stuff like that because to me they're I just stay away from it. We'll just leave it at that. But I did see in when the show first started, I posted up a picture of James and I said there's only one, whatever, and people were like 90% of them like, oh, I love James. The other were like, man, Jonathan is so much better. Challenge, he's better than Joe. He's better than Ozzy. All this, and I'm like, because he did good in some team challenges, and Jeff
Right.
Probst was like, polishing his knob. Like I'm like to me, I'm like that doesn't that doesn't make you a great Survivor player. It doesn't make you a great physical player. He was good in the team aspect of the game, but all the other stuff that made these Survivor greats great, Jonathan is lacking it. Malcolm had the strategic and the social game. He wasn't a super physical guy, but Malcolm was very good at the game. I think even you can give credit to Malcolm for that, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Joe, incredibly well rounded, physical, social, likable, all that. Ozzy, maybe not the best strategic player, but arguably the best worker in challenges and tribe. And Jonathan doesn't stack up to any of them.
He
There's
can't
he
even
had
beat he can't even beat Lindsay, man. Is
yeah,
Lindsay really that good? Or Jonathan just can't even beat her? It doesn't even matter. He can't beat Lindsay. He couldn't
right.
beat Corey. So he's having problems in this stage of the game.
Hmm.
And I was giving him tons of credit at the beginning. I give credit what credit's due always. I also take it away when it's time to take it away.
Yeah.
Jonathan could not win. Maybe I said he probably couldn't beat Romeo. That's the only person he could beat at this point in time.
I
There's
agree.
nobody else that he could beat in this game. When they target him, and they probably will, if they target Jonathan, it's a stupid move because they all can beat him. They need to understand at this point, it's about who you can beat at the end of the game.
Hmm.
Marianne will be doing that, I promise you. And she probably thinks she can beat him. Lindsay probably thinks she can't beat him because Lindsay has been struggling against him physically and thinks in her head, That's all it is. So she's been overwhelmed by beating Jonathan physically that she can't even think straight anymore in the game when it comes to
Yeah.
actually beating him in the game, when it comes to outwit, outlast, and outplay.
Yeah.
So,
And I think at the end of the game, I think that very well, because in my opinion, the two front runners to win the game are Lindsay and Marianne. But I think that Lindsay, her perception of the game and what's really going on around her, I think is a little obscured right now, and she's not thinking clearly. And between Marianne and Lindsay being the two contenders, I think just their mind and where they're at mentally in the game could be the difference of who walks away the winner of Survivor 42.
oh,
Right
that's
right now, I think it is between Lindsay and Marianne, and I think one of those two will come out on top.
yeah, that is what it is. All right, guys. So, got a few announcements. This is it with the show. Heading to Thailand, 10 days. I was going to do this. I'm going to do my little, I'm going to go with you guys. I'll be here for another hour after Keaton leaves. Hopefully, you watch Keaton to
Oh, yeah.
talk about other things that's going on in my life. But this is what's happening. Look, I feel like this is Benjamin's. This ain't Benjamin's. Whoever that is. Who is that? Who is that?
I don't know, man. It's
That's not a Benjamin, but that's a. See, I can't read it. Anybody know what that is?
some
No,
Thailand
no.
dollars.
Who is that though?
Oh shit, I don't know.
It's not Benjamin. This is right here. This is a. Oh, it's a 20. A 20. I got it going on, man. I'm ready to go. People think I was joking. People think I was joking. This is unrefundable. When I ordered this from my bank, they said, you don't get this money back. Mm-hmm. This is lots of money. This is lots of Thai baht. That's what they call it, Thai baht.
Thai baht. Now, are you
So, guys,
going?
20 baht.
Is your son going?
My son's coming with me.
Awesome.
Again, I have, guys, by the way, I'm going to do a video on it in a little bit before I leave, because I have, I still have my game use buffs. Somebody bid on them and didn't pay. So I just put them flat rate, $1,500, game use buff, the autograph with my inscription. I'll call you. We can do whatever you want. That's fine. You have to just message me. If you bid on that, you have to bid on that within the next 2 weeks, because I'm leaving and you won't get it back for 2 months before that. If I see that you bought it, I'll send it immediately. But besides that, I'm heading to Thailand with my son. We're going to do our first video. We only have 80 people in here, so I'll say it. I'm messing with people, and I put a Instagram video or a picture out, me and my son holding our passports, and I was like, something like, "What do you think this is, bitches?" Like just
Right.
fun. Yeah, like, and everybody's like, blood versus water. If it is blood versus water, I can tell you this. Somebody said, "Oh, that's gonna be sad when you vote out your son." Won't happen. Never. I'm too honorable a person. You see how I play the game. With people I don't know, it's impossible. And let's just say that James was on a platform and my son was on the other platform and he slapped him in the head and like hurt him, I'm coming off my seat. Like, I don't know if I could play with my son, because if it was someone my son's size, then yeah, go for it. But if it's like some big dude and slapping my son around, no, they gotta slap me around. They gotta slap. It's okay, you can slap me around, but you're gonna have to slap me around for about 2.5 hours, because I'm getting back up. For real. So anyway, we heading to Thailand. Me and my boy. We usually do this after the show, but I wanted to involve you a little bit on the on what's going on with the show. And we're gonna start off heading to the airport. We're stopping in Finland, Helsinki, Finland. We have a 50-hour flight. A 50-hour flight to Thailand. We're going to have some food in Helsinki for 14 and a half hours. We're going to be at that airport, which we're going to stay in some pods there. I'm going to end our first video that we do. I'll end right there at that airport. And then we'll wake up. Our next video will be in Bangkok. And I've been watching some videos, man. They got some ladies out there. I'm worried about my son. worried about my virgin son.
He's gonna come home with a wife.
Well, he will be 18. Like if he was gonna play Blood and Water, he'll be 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could happen. So he's old enough to play.
And he's your youngest, right?
He is my youngest. And
yep.
No. Gracie's my youngest.
Gracie, yes.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. You should become a member. We'll talk about that in just a second. I appreciate that though. $9. Let's go. Appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna go out there, man. I'm gonna do my thing. I guarantee you, and you can take this to the bank. My money from the channel with how they pay will double. My viewership won't double because that would be 80,000. I don't think that's going to happen in 2 months. But I'll get 10,000. This because I'm writing it down, man. I got 1,600 viewers from when Survivor started this season till now. That's it. 1,600. And that's in a 2-month period.
Right.
Maybe I'll get 1,700. Maybe. I guarantee you I get 10,000. That's right. I guarantee you I get another 10,000 like that. Because, dude, I ain't playing around. Like, I am having fun. Hopefully I don't get demonetized. The ladies are right there. I'll film it. Ladies around me, I'm filming it. It's happening.
I'll be watching.
I'm a grown-ass man. Single as fuck, may I say. That's what's so good about being single. You guys, you're like, oh, I need a relationship. Really? Look, I could go out in Thailand and be like, who gives a fuck what I do? You know? All right. So I'm gonna go on with the show for about another 45 minutes. Thank you, Keaton. You always gives us good stuff.
You're welcome, buddy.
Again, appreciate it. We have 2 more episodes.
No, man. Next week's the finale, so it ties in perfect with your trip.
What day is that on?
Wednesday the 25th.
Wednesday the 25th, and I leave the 29th. Perfect time.
Perfect timing, right?
Survivor's
Can't ask
over.
for better timing.
Thailand starts.
There you go.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. We appreciate you. I think that everybody loves hearing Keaton's comments. You have really good takes. If you ever get to play the game, ever, I think that you would be amazing. We always said that, but who knows, man? Maybe you get a shot.
Thank you.
Maybe you get a shot. Never know.
My life is good either way, man, but I would love the opportunity. So we'll keep trying.
I'm still gonna stay here for 45 minutes. Try to get our 3 members. We need our 3 members before we leave. Last week we didn't do this last week because I was at my brother's house and I didn't want to impose, so I didn't stay longer and talk to you guys. But today we are. All right, Keaton. Appreciate it, brother.
Later, buddy. Have a good night, man.
All right, man. That's it, guys. That's it. What we got? We got Thai Bot. We got Thai Bot. That's a lot of Thai baht, by the way. If anybody knows anything about Thai baht, that's some baht. That's some baht. All right, guys. So what we do in this episode of the show, we try to get extra viewers. Again, you can go to PayPal, not PayPal, eBay. You find the buffs. Those are for sale. We got some viewers up in here. We got usually that's what we see. We see all people that's members of the channel that's still here. I go on here so I can see who's, because it doesn't show me on here. It shows the colors. Nick, light green. Appreciate you, Nick. That's 2 months. Greg Kirby, 3 months. Appreciate the yellow. Appreciate that. And then the green are the beginners, but we have time. We need 3. This is what I want to do. I want to be there and do a live and get my Thai girlfriend, which I'm going to have. Yes, you're yellow. Johnny, you're yellow. Brian, 51, you're yellow. Appreciate that, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm probably gonna meet someone. That's probably gonna happen. And then she's going to do a live behind me and hold up y'all's names. Become a member. My camera is foggy. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I don't know if I fixed it or not. Who you calling yellow? You're racist. That's not right. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun stuff. Everybody here is now, that's what I like. I like all members except for one. Who we got here? My camera's foggy. Not a member. $1.99 or $120 Thai baht. I don't know. Come on, guys. $1.09. That's what he said. So I try to get 3 members, and I give you guys another hour of the show. You can donate. I appreciate that. You members can donate. That's also lovely. And my trip is very, very expensive, believe it or not. Oh, I'm sure you believe it. How much do I weigh now? I weigh 198 pounds right now. Look at that. Look. Hold on. You could tell. I was 235. I don't know if $5 does it anymore, Greg. Let's see, what's $5? I think $5 would be this one. No, 500 baht. Who knows? His camera isn't foggy. He's just blurry. Like Bigfoot. I don't know why my camera's blurry, guys. Holy crap. What's happening here? My camera's blurry like Bigfoot. I'm like Bigfoot. You never know. So, yep, having fun. I don't think you could, if I would disrespect this money in Thailand, you go to prison for that. You tear up a Benjamin all you want. I'm not going to do it here either because I'm going there and I don't want no flack with me and my son when we get there. You know, we need members, guys. 3 members. This is what happens in Thailand with the members. Oh, that's on the camera. This is what happens. What happens is I'm going to sit there on a beach and I'm going to start figuring out who's who and put all the members on my Facebook group by themselves, and we're going to do some crazy stuff. Thank you, Johnny, man. Johnny Ray Highway. Johnny's been here for a long time. I appreciate that, brother. That will buy me with that $5 you thought would buy me. Appreciate that. I love the Thai community. I don't know yet. Let me learn it. Let me learn it. Appreciate that, Johnny, man. Keep hope alive. That's going to help me out. Appreciate that. I can eat. I mean, I'm broke. Spending all my money on making this channel successful. I'm trying to make this channel successful. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to move it forward to more, and more. I want it to be, to a different level. I've always, you guys that's been here from the get-go, I've always wanted to travel. It's always what I wanted to do. I was building a tiny house to do that. That's why I was doing that. And now I'm doing it. Now I'm actually getting the opportunity to bring this to another level. Look, you see, somebody that doesn't watch the channel, doesn't listen to us, still thinks I love Russell, but he's rich as AF. That we know is someone that doesn't actually watch or listen to anything that we say. No disrespect. Hope you become a member of this channel so you can see what happens on this channel. More and more, excitement, more fun stuff. I'm not rich anymore. I used to be. And yes, I am dumb for losing that. But if that's the case, then I should have never played Survivor. That's what made me dumb. At the end of the day, playing Survivor ruined pretty much everything. But this is where I want to become. This whole trip with Thailand is where I think I need to be. If it's not, then I'm going to stay there 2 months to find out. I'm going to find out. Is this what I need to move my channel forward? If it's not, then I'm over, dude. If I can't do it with this, I'm done. I'm done with it. I think I can, though. With my personality in Thailand, you out of your mind. Another thing that I want to do is go to the Bangkok University and find a few interns to work for me or to work with me. We don't have a member yet. All these guys, the okay, not a member. You see all these emblems by these people's names? We got some greens, which means they just became a member within the last month. We have the light greens, which means they've been a member within the last couple of months, I think. Nonetheless, this is really what it is. Then we have the yellows, which means they've been a member for Greg for the last 3 months, I think. Appreciate that, Greg. I appreciate all you guys. But that's what it is. There is, you get rankings. We're live right now, by the way. We're live on YouTube right now. So if somebody pops up on here, They just see, they were like, oh, I thought this was a Survivor channel. I'm not going to talk Survivor when I'm in. I might say, who I am every once in a while, but I'm going to talk about the experience that we're having out there and what we're doing, just different thing that's happening, stuff like that. I'm not going to I'm not doing top 10s or top 5s. That's all when I'm here. I'm not wasting my time over there to do that. It's big time. Yeah, right. No, I won some money, but I was already rich when I won that money. That money was shit. I bought a $10,000 coat on the live show because I didn't have a coat. This is how stupid I was. And when I did the David Letterman show, Heroes versus Villains, I bought a $10,000 jacket at some fancy place just because I could afford it. Just stupidness. So, when you spend that kind of money, that's just one thing. And I was spending money like left and right. No members so far. We have, who we have here that's not a member? We have OK again. We have Mel. 2 males. Oh, that's the male. No. We have Doug. Doug, not a member. I appreciate your support. $1.99 is the bottom dollar membership. Just a members channel. This is what I have to offer. I have to offer that when I do get to Thailand, all the members, I'm writing down everybody's name on the airplane. That's my plan for the 15 hours that I'm flying, because I want something to do. So I want something. I haven't did it yet because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that for that trip. So writing everybody's name down, all the members. And then when I have all the members' name, which if you become a member, then I'll see you're a member, whether this is live or not. So then your name will be on there. Then I'm going to open a Facebook group, and I'm going to monitor the members that come and go from that, so you don't stay there if you're not a member. That's not fair. And then we're just I'm going to do lives on the YouTube, but I'm going to go private lives on the Facebook. Private. That's right. Very private. Just saying. You guys aren't going to be disappointed, that's for sure. And I apologize for not doing this last week. I was at my brother's house. We lost service here when it comes to become a member. When I lost service, so I had to go to my brother's house and do it there. So I didn't want to impose. So I left as soon as the live was over. You can notice behind me that something was different. No members. You see, most of the people here are members, and that's why I want more members, because I like conversating with you guys. And I like when I see the member thing on there. When, oh, these are members, and then that's legit. Everybody's members. We can talk. We got, I don't know if anybody else is members in here anymore. I think all we have is members, which is what I want. Wait, you just wait. You just wait. Mm-hmm. You members, you can be happy. I want to do some things with my son. I'm a little concerned with Michael because he is only 17. He's about to be 18. He's 18 in November. He's a grown man. But this is going to be a different shock. And I would still want to be a good dad. I want to still do the right thing, you know. We got, it'll show when you're a member, by the way. It says new member. I try to get 3 every time we do this. One time we got 20. We got 20 members. Oh, we'll beat that record in Thailand. We'll get more than 20 members. Easy in Thailand. I'm even thinking about doing TikToks with girls that I meet randomly, like learning TikTok. Not me doing TikToks, but them doing TikToks. You see? I see your question here, Brett, but that's not what I want to do. I don't want to. That's his. Brett asked me if I'm going to try to get my son laid in Thailand. Now, I'm not. That's not my responsibility. I don't want to do that. That's not even my. That's what I'm concerned about, because I want to be a good father. I don't want to be a creepy dad. That's weird. I don't want to do that. But I still want to let him make his decisions. But I still want to make sure that he is safe. So, and I know that's really outspoken, but you know, that's who I am. I'm outspoken. But I just want to make sure that I do things right. And not, I'm not, look, here's the deal. If he sees someone and he's like, I know this person is legit and he sees her and they start talking and he's like, I like her, then I'm not, who am I to stop love? That's not my responsibility is not to stop love. I'm all for love. Now, if it's lust, I don't think I can stop that either. I'm not getting in between that. But I just don't want to be a creepy dad. I want to try to do the right thing here. Date poverty. Hell no, I'm not dating anybody. If I was dating anybody, if I was actually dating someone right now, I can do what I'm doing. I couldn't even go where I'm going. That ain't happening. So, give me some advice on my son and what I should do with that. I appreciate that. See, Marcus, you're missing out, man. You're missing out on the member channel. You see all these people here, you guys that don't have emblems by you. Why do you think they have emblems by their name and still here? When we got 20 members in one day, people needed to go to work the next day, but they didn't. They stayed up. And I remember, I appreciate that type of stuff. Because they were like waiting to see if we actually hit that mark. I just try to get 3 a day. We got 20. We didn't get 3 today. Already is a 6. Until you meet her. I ain't gonna lie, guys. Poverty is a 9 all day long. Only because of her person. When you meet her, when you talk to her, yeah, she becomes a 9. Easy. 9+. Easy. Now, by appearance only, if you looked at poverty and say, she's a 7 at best. At best. But when you meet her and talk to her, yeah, all that changes. Everything changes. Because people look at, the people that don't watch Survivor, they'll look at Parvati. They'll look at a picture of Parv and say, she's not that cute. She's okay. She's not that pretty. And I'm like, yeah, but her personality, she oozes sex appeal. Like she is, anybody that knows her knows that's the case. But that's the case. Who we got? Marcus. We need Marcus and we need Sharon. Wait, Marcus. $1.99, man. That's it. What? Tell me, what can you buy for $1.99? A membership a month. A month. A membership to the Russell Hantz page that's heading to Thailand and doing crazy stuff in 10 days. Or, I don't think what a candy is $2 nowadays, a candy bar. You buy a candy bar for $2. You can't get a coffee. I used to say a pizza. You can get a pizza for this. I used to say that. You can't even get a pizza. Let's go! My boy Marcus up in the house. Got a new member. Marcus, let's write it down. That's our first member, Marcus. You guys know, listen, I work hard at this shit, guys. You guys know it. You know it. You see me doing it. Well, this was my members from last week. I mean, guys, I've been so focused on this for 4.5 years. I've been trying to make this channel successful. And, it's not easy. It's very hard. I've been doing my best to make this as successful as I can. I'm working my ass off. You can give me that credit at least. Give me some credit. And, if you enjoy my content, just become a member. $1.99. My sister, some of you guys was here when she was laughing at me because she was like, what are you asking for $1.99 for? Because she knew who I used to be. It don't matter what matters is my success. That don't even matter. My character matters. That's what really matters. But I want to make this company successful. And I've been working on it all for 4.5, 5 years. And I'm going all the way to Thailand to try to make this happen too with my son. I wanted to go to different areas with different members of my family, my kids. Maybe go to Thailand with Michael. Then when Gracie gets a chance, maybe spring break, go to the Philippines with Gracie. And then, I have all kind of stuff that's happening in my head. But you cannot say that I haven't tried to give it my all for you guys. And I appreciate that membership. I really do. This is our new member right here, guys. Marcus is our new member. As you stay alone, Marcus, as you see the members, like you see Nick saying, welcome, Marcus. He has a light green. That means that he's been here a little longer. You see you have a dark green. And then you see people like Greg Kirby has a yellow. The other day I seen a red. I don't know who that was. I'm like, wait. And that means that they would have had to been a member long time ago and just stayed on board, because I never stopped doing this, but maybe I'll delay or stuff happens in my life, and I hope still you guys stay with me, but sometimes that happens. It happens to us all. If I skip a month or two, then all of a sudden, where's Russell? Then you spend $4 wondering where Russell is, but I always come back. This time, it's going to be different. This is going to be a new beginning. Appreciate that, man. We'll keep him up there until our next member. Let's go! Marcus. And red also means a high paid. Oh, does it? I didn't know that. See, I need to look at that. I need to look at that. I'm learning. This member thing is just new to since this season. I've been with this channel, or been struggling and fighting with this channel for over 4.5 years, and this is the first time that we focused on members of the YouTube channel. I have a Patreon page as well. Those guys are different. That's a totally different group of people. You want to become a Patreon, that's a whole nother thing. I need to focus on them guys too. When I get to Thailand, I'm going to do that. I don't even think, do we have any members here in the Patreon page? That's a little more. It's like $5. But I'm trying to get my YouTube membership to 1,000. That's what I want. But man, I've been doing this so long, it almost feels like it's never going to happen. Like it's just so hard to get this stuff going, Red is the worst team in basketball. Can't even become a member then. Become a green. And then one day, guys, we're going to have 100 members. You guys are going to remember me saying this because you remember everything I say. But one day, we're going to have nothing but members in here and 100 people watching. All members. All members, 100 people. Oh, no. You joined the, what? I think she joined the, did you join my Patreon page? No, you couldn't have, because the YouTube page has the member, which is fine if you did. Let me see. Hold on. I'll be able to see right here. Give me a second. There. Nope, you didn't join the Patreon page. What's going on here? Jeez. What's happening? Come on. What's quarters? So, I don't know. Sheeran? What's the stream about? This stream, guys, here's a newcomer here. What's this stream about? This stream is the Survivor Talk is over. If you want to watch Survivor, that's the beginning of this stream. What I do here is I talk about what's going on with the Russell Hantz channel or what's happening. I don't even talk about that. I just talk about random stuff like this. You don't know what this is, do you? This is dollar bills in another country. Dang it. So that's what we talk about. We talk about anything, basically. But right now we're trying to get members of the channel, and everybody knows it, and that's why Thai bot is exactly what it is, baby. It's Thai bot. You got that right. That's what it is. So we just sit here and we just discuss things. Just wait until I do this, and guys, just wait until the background behind me is beautiful. I'm drinking some kind of Thai drink. Just wait. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Hopefully you can't wait. So that's what we have. We have Thai bot. We have Thai whiskey. That is interesting that you're saying that, because I watch these videos and they say, "What are you drinking?" And they say Thai whiskey and sour. I'm like, is whiskey like a Thai thing? I'll be the judge of that. Thank you, sir. If that's a Thai thing, then I'm gonna have some. I might do a thing on that, like sip some Crown and some Jack and then some Thai whiskey and see the difference. Thai whiskey and sour. Like, that's a thing, I guess. I guess that's the name of a drink. And again, guys, you can donate. It's what it is now. And you know how I am. I like to push what I have going on. I don't know if they have because they do have a coffee. You can buy you a coffee, but I want to make one where you can buy you a beer. I told you guys that. You know that. Or buy a shot. Buy a shot instead of buy a coffee, or you just can donate to me right here, and then it buys the shot for me. That's right. So who we got here? We got Gabe here saying, "What's up?" We got the Thai. Are you Thai? Or are you just in the Asian area? What part of Asia are you from? I'm only guessing by the name. You can get Oversights, but it's actually Japanese. Yeah, I don't. No, I won't. When I go there, I want authentic stuff from there. I just think it's probably, Brett. You're probably right. So we got over here something wrong. Something wrong. Appreciate that. Something wrong. Appreciate that, Nick. Have a shot on me. Keep hope alive. I appreciate that. That is a girl drink, by the way. What do they call them? They call them lady drinks. They call them lady boys and lady drinks. I got that down. Lady boys and lady drinks. You want one? You may want the other, but I don't. It's whatever you want. Just saying. Oh, I can't wait for the Thai food. Can't wait. We can't leave till we get two more people, guys. We need 2 more subscribers to the channel. It's only $1.99. There's other levels, but all I asked is $1.99. Subscribe to the channel, be a part of this channel, and then you'll get my adventure in Thailand. You guys are going to get to see stuff that nobody gets to see. That's a guarantee. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that dollar. Keep hope alive. Steve, you should be a member of the channel. Where's your face? You got an S. An S by his face. Hold on a second. Let me look at something. We got an S by Steve's face. She said that, look, guys, y'all can help me out here. Oh, he said, Sharon joined $5 and it has me signed up. It should show on the thing. It should pop up. I'm gonna write your name down so I can check into that when we get off. Usually when you join, it shows immediately, but something might be wrong. So let's write that name down so I can check that out. All right. Appreciate that, though. I know you're trying. She didn't join Patreon here, I don't think, because it says it would show me. It would show me. What's my hand show? Yeah. No, I would get an email. I keep all that right here. I tell you why no family visit. I joined Patreon, she says. I don't have it on there, but I'll look into that when I get off of here. When I'm done. This is different than Patreon. This is $1.99, or there's other things you can do. This is the member for the YouTube channel. These are the ones that you see with the emblems on the side of them. Why no family visit the year? Because they can't afford it. That's all I can think. They told me in the season 19 that we weren't going to have a family visit because they were trying to save money. That was when they were getting 15 million viewers. Now they're getting 5. So, yeah, that's why. That's why they're doing 26 days. That's why you don't see Ponderosa videos. That's why they're not having family visits. They're trying to save money. She wants the YouTube channel, guys. The Patreon channel is good too, but the YouTube channel is going to be what we do live stuff on. Well, I'll do that with my Patreons too, though. Oh, this crap. So it should have a button by the. I don't know how to join. Some of you guys usually help out members how it shows it. Doesn't it say join right there at the bottom? Fayetteville. That is okay. I know Fayetteville in Arkansas. There's no link to your YouTube channel. Everybody else joins. No, it should be right here. Like right, guys? Help me out here. I can't see. I can't join my own channel, so I can't see what to do. I apologize for that. Oh, you see it? Appreciate that. We love all people here. That's what we do. We love. That's what we do. We just love. You can join on Cell app. Something wrong. You haven't joined either, though. We only got one member that I can see. Marcus joined. He says, I have a computer, but I want to join. It's not, I mean, I want 1,000 members. I want to be able to do this and have my goal, short-term goal, 100 people watching. All members, 100 people, just members. But when I get 1,000 in all members, shoot. Like, something wrong. I'm putting this up like y'all like dollar bills. It's not like I'm in a club. Let me pick all this up. Pick all this up. We're still live. Yes, I'm live. I am live trying to get members to my channel. Stuart. Stop. Nobody knows what that is. Stuart. Come on, man. We need 2 more members before we can go anywhere. You guys know that. We need 3 members every live. We didn't even get 3 last time, which should be 6. But I'm not going to do that to you guys. Got my passport. They got something called a Thailand pass that you need to get nowadays. Got that. I'm booked up, ready to go. Ready to go. So I got money. The reason I have this is the Thai bot. I have this because I want to, I hear that they try to rip you off when you try to exchange money. So I got a lot of it. This is a lot of Thai bot. They cannot be replaced back to dollars. So I'm going to be considered rich in Thailand. We'll put that over there. I guess not a tremendous amount, but kind of a lot. Kind of a lot. Hey, oh, guys, if anyone comes to Thailand, you let me know. I got your back. Like, I'll tell you where to stay. Like, that'd be really cool if one day I go somewhere and I can have members of the channel, some of my Patreons, meet me up and hang out like that. That's really cool. There it is. Appreciate that, Sharon. Am I saying that right? I appreciate that. Member number 2 today. We appreciate you as a member. We have a pretty good family here. We don't want any disrespect. We don't like that. No, if you come to, you come to Thailand, you guys want to come to Thailand? You let me know. Email me. Let me know. We'll meet up, take a vacation there, and then we'll just hang out somewhere. Just all kind of good stuff. Just living the dream. I'm going to have fun. Welcome. See, we have a very good community here. Good people like the guys we have here. The girls and guys. Mostly guys. We talked about that before. For some reason, the ladies, we got like 5% ladies. I would have thought it was 95% ladies, but what can you do? I might never come back. No, I'm coming back. But this is what I want to do. I want to go to Thailand. This is my head plan. I'm going to go to Thailand. If my channel does what I want it to do, if I double in the money that I make, and then which is not a lot, I'm talking about on YouTube, and then I only get another 10,000 subscribers, then I'm coming back for a month and I'm going to the Philippines. And then I'm going to come back and then I'm going to go to South Korea. That's right. I might even go to North Korea. I'm just not going to take any posters down the wall. Be on my best behavior. But still, I'd go there for the channel. It depends on the direction of the channel. If we start getting viewerships and memberships, then I'm going. Like I'm going to keep going forward with this channel. Let's get Russell Hance stripped. Yeah, I'll go to North Korea. You're not a member though. You can't help it if you're not a member, brother. Come on, Stuart. You should be a member of the channel. We need one more member. We got Marcus Serron. And there he is. Fayetteville. NC. Fayetteville. I got to write this how it comes out. I'm messing all up. In. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Come to a member of the channel. Very cheap. You can't do nothing for this cheap these days. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Stuart, you know what to do, Stuart. I need one more anyway. Appreciate that, man. So, again, you got the green you're seen by your name. And now, and I look on here because this doesn't show me. So this is what I do. I watch it. Because you can see here, you see the yellows, the light greens, the dark greens. Because I want to, and all here, on here, it only shows me one color. So the reason I have this out now is because I can see who is yellow. You guys probably see yellow. I don't see yellow, not when I'm on this app. I do see yellow when I'm on my phone, though. Appreciate that, man. Means a lot. We got 3. That's 3. We got our 3. 52 viewers. 52 viewers, and we are not talking Survivor. And we've been an hour and 47 minutes. That's I'm gonna be excited when we got 100. When we have 100 and everybody's watching just to see, then they will get that in Thailand. That's happening. That's happening. So anyway, the emblem by your name changes colors the longer you stay with the group. Got a pretty good group. And let's see, I'm looking for something. Hold on. And everybody's pretty respectful over here. Not pretty respectful, they're very respectful. Nobody disrespects over here on this side. If they did, they get blocked. Whether they remember or not, we don't need disrespect on this channel. We just want love here. And when we get to Thailand, I'm going to show love. I'm bringing love to Thailand. I'm bringing love. You better believe it. Maybe a couple of babies, but definitely love. Hello from Wisconsin. Appreciate that. You need a drink. I haven't had a drink. This is here, smell. No, this is actually water with that squirt lemon in it. We got Stuart up in the hills. Number 4. Appreciate that, Stuart. Appreciate that. Got another member in the house. And I feel like that I work at this. You guys got to respect the dedication, the never stopping. Been doing this for a long time, guys. I'm trust me, I've been, I lost quite a bit to be struggling over, which you may think, like when you guys were here and you heard my sister laughing, you may think she thought it was funny when I said, "Oh, it's only $1.99 to be a member." She started laughing out loud. You guys heard her because she knows who I am. She knows what I'm used to. But that means just as much to me as anything I've ever done, because it's all about moving forward from, maybe uh, you've been knocked down. Maybe you've been knocked down. You got to get up and keep moving forward and just be a better person and try to make things better. If it's $1.99 at a time to make things better, then I'll do that. I'm going to move forward $1.99 at a time. And I will be back to where I was before. I guarantee it. I worked too hard for it not to be. So I appreciate the $1.99 because that, for me, it shows me that I'm going in the right direction. Every single penny shows me I'm doing the right thing. This is where I want to be. YouTube. I don't want a podcast, guys. I don't want to sit there in a room or do nothing. I don't want that. I want a YouTube channel. Maybe some Twitch stuff. I don't know. I'm going to look into that when I get there. Some TikTok fun stuff, maybe. But this is where I want to move forward. Going places, videoing it. That's what I want to do. I feel like I'm spitting all over the place. $1 at a time, brother. $1 at a time. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's slow, but you can do it. Anybody can do it. So again, we get around 50 people watching these late night streams. People come in and say, "What's going on?" Because this is still live. It's live. And the people watch it afterwards, and the ones that watch all the way to the end, I appreciate you guys too. And if you become a member, then I'll see you when I write down all the names when I am on the plane for 50 hours to Thailand. That's when I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then write down the Facebook group, get that started, go live. It's gonna be special. The first live I do for you guys on Facebook, it's gonna be special. I'm gonna make sure of it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until it's special. You know what I'm saying. It's not gonna be like no MySpace or. Why can't I ever remember what that is? That's MySpace. MySpace is before Facebook. I never can remember the name of that thing that people do. Somebody's gonna say it. Uh, Never mind. I can't figure it out. Not Twitter. No, I don't. No, it's a thing where you do nasty stuff. You show your feet. No. Not. Come on, guys. It's the thing. The thing. About OnlyFans. OnlyFans. It's going to be not like OnlyFans, but OnlyFans. I'm not doing nothing nasty on there though. But you may see some stuff. Just saying, you may see some things. TikTok, maybe. Tumblr, possibly. Who we have in here? We have one person, Mel. You've been here for a while, and you still hasn't. Melly. I think or he, boy or girl. What you guys think? Boy or girl? What you guys think? We wait. We got 4. We got 4 today. So all right, guys. So I got 5 minutes, and I'm gonna let you guys go. It's gonna be 2 hours. I appreciate everybody here. We got some big stuff happening. We have one person here that's not a member. One person. Do we? One person? I'm not trying to make fun of the people that aren't members. I'm not trying to point you out, my guy. But you're the only person here that's not a member. Just saying. Come on in, guys. Become a member. I'm looking. There's a few foods that I'm really looking forward to eating over there. There's something called, you guys know, pad thai. That, because I've been watching so many videos on it, and weirdly, it is the Thai fried chicken. Weirdly, I'm very looking forward to eating that because I want to see their version. Because you guys, you can put chicken in front of me. Guarantee you can put original KFC. You can put Churches. You can put Popeyes and some other random chicken. And I can tell you, I guarantee you, with my taste buds, every single one of them, what they are. Because my taste buds, I kind of want to do a fried shrimp thing too. You know how Dave Portnoy does the pizza thing? I want to do something that I know. He's a pizza guy. I want to do something like that, but with fried shrimp. Because I'm from Louisiana. I've been eating fried shrimp since I had teeth. That's for sure. So it's just a thing for me. And every time I go somewhere different, I try their fried shrimp. So I was like, what if I tried people's fried shrimp in other countries? And of course, it's going to be different. It's almost like, I mean, you may get a weird looking fried shrimp that don't even look fried. I think it's different than pizza, because you can do a lot with fried shrimp. Pizza is pizza. I don't know if you can do much with that, but you can. But in other countries, I'll try that pizza. I'm not looking forward to going to the KFC restaurant there, but I'm going to do that for the video. I want to try their Whoppers there at Burger King, and then try their, I see they have a KFC, try their chicken there, and just say, is this what it tastes like in America? Is it different or is it the same? So that's the things that I'm really looking. Gulf shrimp. Oh, I know. But look, I looked at, because they have something called prawns there. So they have shrimp, huge shrimp, and then they have prawns that were like giant, like lobsters. And I looked on that line to see what the difference were But if there was a difference in there, I think there is. It's the feet, the legs that they have. So I'm very curious how they taste, though, if they taste like shrimp. I'm a shrimp guy. And if their lobster is different too, because their lobster looks like, and this is going to be so interesting because I've never had, I've never been to anywhere in Asia. So eating the Thai food, original stuff, is going to be very interesting. And the lobster aren't the original lobster that we have here in the U.S., like Maine lobster with the claws. They're different. They don't have claws. They just have a lot of legs hanging. So, and I love lobster. So it's going to be very interesting to eat lobster as well. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to, the foods. Mostly. It goes like this: the food, the ladies, and the view. The third one you can put with the last two, I guess. All right, guys. So we have 55 people here. We want 100. We won't get that till we get to Thailand. We know everybody here is members. I really like to see that. And I look at that. I go up. All members. All members. That's what I'm talking about. 58 people here. Somebody just came in that's not a member. But I appreciate that, guys. All you members, when we get to Thailand, that's not where it's going to stop. If we can move forward if we move this channel to any type of upward swing to a positive level, then I'm coming home for a month and I'm going to the Philippines. Then I'm going to come home and I'm going to go to more of a dangerous area like North Korea, or I don't know if you say China is dangerous, but I'll go to Russia. No, I'm not going to Russia. I'd rather go to China because Russia might be trying to prove a point to Americans these days, and I just don't want to be the point that they try to prove, if you know what I mean. But and I would rather go to. I'm not going to Ukraine. I'm not going to be stupid and do things like that. But I mean, you may think that North Korea's going there is stupid, and it may be, but I want to go. I want to check it out. I want to go to areas in India, in Africa, like just very different areas around the world. And you guys, y'all going to see from the get-go. Y'all going to see it always. You're going to see where this channel goes. And you're here with me. That's all we have. Everybody here's members. Got 60 people watching. 60. In Thailand, we're going to have over 100 people watching regularly. And everybody's going to be members. That's the fun thing. But all you guys are going to be transferred to the YouTube channel. So I'm going to be like, okay, guys, we're going live right now. I'm clicking off. If you want to be a member, you do it right now, within the next 5 minutes, or that's it. That's the type of things we're going to do. And it's going to get us more members, and it's going to be fun. That's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you watching. Keaton was amazing again this episode. And until next time, that's all we got for you. Like always, brother, sisters, keep hope alive.